Um, I don't know why the notifications aren't working. Well, you probably have to start streaming for the notification to go out.
Well, you know, it's fine.
It is fine.
It was like a rehearsal.
It was a rehearsal.
We had a mini rehearsal.
And you know what? We did great. I give the rehearsal a real A+.
Oh fuck, we're so funny, you guys.
We figured out a new thing we're gonna do.
Just a hoot and a holler.
And now we're gonna pretend that this is the first time.
We'll pretend that this is the first time. So now we can clip this.
Yes. Thank you, Rosie. Sorry about the name changes. Mr. Levity had to change it back. Too many of my email contacts were asking me who the hell Mr. Levity was. I'm so sorry, Mr. Levity, that we have created a
level of confusion.
Yeah, a level of confusion in your life. I hope one of the mythological discoveries is one of Evan's old pics you found in.
Well, we did make a mythological discovery when we thought we were streaming.
True.
Yes.
So
maybe we have Mr. Levity. I was saying the thing that I like about your last name is it does feel like it could be a fake last name.
Jeez Louise.
Starlink is.
Starlink. Okay, we're back though.
Yeah.
The nice thing is here, let me check the app. I'll tell you if it was.
Look at that pretty face. Did you just wink at them as a sausage?
Maybe.
How dare you?
How dare you, you freaking sausage wing. So, 9:10. It was obstructed by a leaf for 0.9 seconds, which then caused it to go into a 15-second search.
There's a place called Torkington Park. Hey, I'm not saying it's not a real last name, but
it's amazing.
It sounds like if somebody were to
Philip Torkington.
Yeah, pick like a porno name.
The Duke
and they were a British man.
The Duke of Two Hands.
It would be Torkington.
I do like to know people. Like it was interesting in Twitch that you get to go by the name you choose. But also it is very nice to be able to associate on a human level, I guess. Not that Mr. Levity is any less of a name than Philip. Krissy, do you have a favorite summer scent? Oh, she's got at least two for sure.
Well, my favorite smell is I like to smell like patchouli. I like to think that if I come back as a ghost, I'm gonna smell like probably patchouli. And then
Nag Champa?
But Nag Champa is just not like a summer scent. And I can't even really say patchouli. It's just like because it's like a warm, woody. I do really like citrus. Love citrus.
That's true. Lavender or lilacs?
Oh, lilacs. Yeah.
Hi, Jason and Papa.
The smell of lilacs in the spring. I love.
Hello, there we go. God damn it. 2 days in a row.
Are you streaming if you're not having technical difficulties?
It was fine. I swear. If you guys can see us, please say hello. We can see you.
Unlike yesterday when we thought we were streaming for like
about
10 minutes.
10, 15
minutes. But we were not
minutes.
streaming.
Yeah, just normal.
We were just, talking but in and amongst the two of us. That's fine.
I mean, we're really good at talking in and amongst the two of us. So
it's most of our day, to be honest.
TBH.
And I mean, this is kind of even like, talking between the two of us, but we have other people that we are interacting next on the screen. So there's that.
I don't know if it was capturing all of what you were saying. So
That's fine.
I think we're going to bring the microphone in closer today.
Yeah, okay.
Let me just refresh a couple things, make sure it's all good. I can see two sexy Canadas. Whoa, excellent quality today. Evan did a little bit of Trey's wife calls me Mr. Twerkington. Sorry, everything's good to go now. We can see everything. Hello, Bracken.
Hello.
Philip. Bracken, Philip, happy mask. Beautiful to see it. Trizzle popped in with a mod check.
Naked stream? No naked stream.
Oh my. Hello, Philip. So those who aren't sure who Philip is Miss Levity, the most beautiful Mr. Levity you'll ever meet. Ugh, my neighbor's mowed his lawn and a rock threw in my mom Jeep's window, and now she's frustrated.
No.
Why are you gonna get the backlash?
Oh, maybe because he was maybe his mom's vehicle was parked at his house, and it's the whole like, this was at your house and it got ruined at your house.
Or he parked it in the wrong spot in general.
Did you park it at a dum spot, Happy Mask? But
Happy
yes,
Mask.
that does suck. I'm sorry. That it's not your fault. You should not be blamed for it.
Unless somehow it is your fault.
Yeah.
Well, not backlash, but just in-house. I don't know how to handle it. So it does suck. Your neighbor should be a normal person and be like, I'm so sorry, I shot a rock.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. And you got me in the shower.
It wasn't me.
I think we got... Oh, do I still have that command? I might have taken it out when I changed it.
Wah, wah.
No, I must have taken it out.
I don't use my mom's Jeep.
Well, then tell her
to fucking suck it up.
Say, too bad.
Say, Mama,
Mama, Papa.
It is your
Dada.
Jeep, but you parked it there, Mama.
And, well, because you could say it to her like, Oui, bonjour, les mama. I left the Jeep in the wrong spot, Mama. I'm so sorry, Tabernacle. Sorry. Matt, he said it wasn't him. My mom heard it. She was on the phone with my sister, 18. She's at work for 2 weeks for the first time, and she isn't feeling good. Ugh, I'm sorry that you had chaos so early this morning.
Well, then, don't take our advice on anything. Be nice and loving towards your mom, and hopefully she won't give you shit about the Jeep.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing you can...
Greetings, salutations, heyo and konnichiwa from Manchester, UK, baby. Thanks again for streaming. Love the move to the tube. And you've both really helped me through my recent immune system disorder. I've been feeling super low, and you guys cheer me up so much.
Oh.
So thanks. Super wow.
Mr. Lev, thank you so much for that. I mean, really the only thing that someone could possibly reply with.
Can I have the famous wiener in my anus?
Thank you, random voice from the YouTube, the interspheres. How is your foot doing today, Mr. Levity? I told you all this, right? You got bit by a bug.
Like a spider
he didn't quite get superhuman, or he got the opposite
of fucked up his leg rather than gave him superhuman powers.
Yeah, like that on that one Green Lantern movie where Jesse Eisenberg becomes the blob man, the yellow blob man.
Isn't there only one Green Lantern movie? Because it was so bad. The one with Ryan Reynolds? Wait,
no, there was, or wasn't there two?
Are you thinking Green Hornet?
No.
Because the Green Hornet, and then there was the Green Lantern. That's with Seth Rogen.
Bracken, opened the door last night thinking our takeaway was here to end up having a lovely conversation with the lady who lives behind us and her son, asking politely if they could have their ball back they kicked over the fence again. Honestly, it's really nice that you were, kind about it to them, because as somebody who did that a lot, kicked balls over the fence into the neighbor's yard, we didn't realize until we were adults that my cousin's neighbor wasn't a mean person. He did it for fun. He would tell my uncle, every time they come and ask, I pretend to be an evil neighbor, and they would have a good laugh.
Was he the one that bred chameleons?
No, that was a different one, just beside him.
But it turns out he's a really nice guy. He just
like fucking with you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, it wasn't Jesse Eisenberg. It was Peter Skarsgård.
That's not Skarsgård.
Yeah, Peter.
No, Sarsgaard.
Oh, what? There's Sarsgaards and... Oh, man.
I know my Skarsgårds, because I'll tell you what. When I was in my 20s, boy, I thought Alexander Skarsgård was like the hottest man to walk the face of the planet.
I want to see the picture. It's extremely red.
Oh, you played that dude!
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is what I was saying is Mr. Levity got bit by Mr. Levity got bit by a radioactive bug, and instead of getting Spider-Man, this is what he got. He got this guy.
Okay, I will say, as much as I dislike Ezra Miller, I am looking forward to the Flash movies.
It's so tough.
I just hate
him.
Ezra Miller so much.
Yeah. We didn't have. Oh wait, sorry. It's extremely red and pulling. The left one is much better. Arms are better. Joint pain subsiding again. Gonna elevate foot all weekend. Holy moly, macaroni. That's awesome. My next door neighbor's kid was a very old lady, and she used to throw chocolate bars over the fence for me. That's called like grooming, bro.
Yeah. So, sorry, just responding to Mr. Levity. My opinion about Ezra Miller is that they should be in jail. They've done tons of like illegal shit, and literally they just like, it's like, well, but we did so much filming of The Flash, so...
We spent so much money on all these other cameo appearances, like arguably the best thing since sliced bread, bringing back...
The person should be
Batman.
in fucking jail for like grooming, and there was another case where he like broke into somebody's hotel room and like assaulted them. Like, they've done some crazy shit that they should be in jail. Absolutely. They should not be propped up in Hollywood and be given starring roles in movies, and that's just my opinion on Ezra Miller. But I am looking forward to the Flash movie. I can separate art from the artist.
He allegedly strangled a woman. He legitimately fought a woman.
Yeah.
She apparently, the story goes, they were at the bar, and there was, you know how people are at the bar, and I guess she said something like, I think I could take you, you know, like, I'm sure has happened. And then when the person in the bar, when she said that to him, Ezra Miller lost their shit, and was like, let's go outside if you want to fight, and I guess he like was like throwing drinks in people's faces and starting fights, and yeah, I think I maybe misgendered Ezra Miller.
I think they go by. I think Ezra goes by they.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was bad timing. Hey, that's fine. I mean, we were just talking about Ezra Miller being a douchebag.
Yeah, Ezra's moral of the story is Ezra Miller is a douchebag. Shouldn't be in movies. Probably the only movie that like they were good in, because it was probably a real life villain creation myth, was there's something about...
Oh God!
Remember that
what
fucking
was
movie?
that movie? Where he was a child psychopath.
Yes.
I just
When we watched it, we're like, oh my God, this is their creation story. What was it? It's bothering me that I can't remember the name of the... We need to talk about
me
Kevin.
is I couldn't remember. I want to say Michael Keaton.
It is Michael Keaton.
Yeah, we need to talk about Kevin. It's literally the coming of age story of Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller is a sociopathic, narcissistic piece of shit in this movie.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, this explains everything now. Mr. Levity, yeah, send it on through if anybody has anything funny. We just thought that we would, take nothing particular today. It's my birthday tomorrow. I don't think that we'll stream. We might figure out something to do. Maybe go drive, see what the lake looks like. Or
We do live within like 5 minutes of a nice little free lake, so that's nice.
The one thing I will say though is that as somebody who has been alive on that day for my entire life, it rains 99% of the time.
That's true.
So let's see what we got. Yeah, it rains in the forecast.
Yeah.
Breezy. Yeah, it rains every day. Putting back Abby to bed, so we'll be back later. Well, thank you so much, Bracken. Say goodnight to Abby. We'll get maybe even Brian can do that.
See you in a bit.
We'll see you in a bit when you get back to it. You get to having adult time.
Good night.
I did type Abby, but apparently it didn't put that. And then a couple days after that is our wedding anniversary.
Yes.
It's
I asked, do you want to do something special for your birthday? He's like, oh, I don't know. But maybe we can do something special for our wedding anniversary.
Is it weird that the only thing that I thought of was
it rains so much on
cutting the grass for my birthday?
You want to cut the grass for your birthday? That's like your birthday gift to yourself, is cutting the grass?
I'm so old. I'm an old man now.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, we did talk about, I wish we could get to a point in our lives where like our hobbies are our chores. You know, you derive as much pleasure from your chores as you do your hobbies.
I mean, yeah. Right? I mean, that's what getting old is.
Yeah.
I only did that because you asked, Mr. Levity. Otherwise, I would probably tell you get wrecked. I do, like, I'm still so weird. I appreciate things from... I've been this way even with my mom when she tries to, like, you know... get me what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I'm 34. I don't want anything for my birthday.
Code.
Hello, Code Synth. I was like, I would like a new bucket for pooping in. If that's on the table. Code Synth, how are you? My fellow pro gamer, Code Synth. I mean, disposable. Or how about, do you have another nickname you'd prefer? I know your real name is Edward Clyde Donovan III. So, but Mr. Levity, did you have a link to your favorite roller coaster? We found really nothing too crazy. The best mouth harp stuff I've ever seen in my life. Disposable Gamer is going to absolutely love it. I guarantee it.
I put some, we bought some strawberries when we went grocery shopping today because they were like on sale. But there was like a few that were moldy in there, so I took them out and like cut them up and put them on the lawn for the birds. So I keep looking outside to hopefully see some birds eating strawberries.
Thank you, Mr. Levity.
Holy shit, how are we at 88% of our goal?
I don't appreciate Mr. Levity.
Mr. Levity?
I mean, I appreciate it, but like that percentage is too high.
Holy shit.
I didn't even know what to put that at. Happy birthday, Evan. Hope you helps us.
Thank you.
Well, a nice time somewhere. We'll go for supper. How about that?
Okay.
Or lunch.
Okay.
Whatever's open.
We can get some ice creams.
Yeah,
we'll figure.
Thank you, Mr. Levity.
I really like to get Tiger ice cream. It's one of my favorite ice creams.
She does indeed love it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a Canadian thing, though. I'm slowly learning.
Yeah, Tiger's Canadian. Yes, please, but I want photos of the food.
Orange and black licorice ice cream, in case anybody is curious.
There was something that I was gonna do with the Kofi, but it just left my mind. I was gonna talk about it, but I'll think about it. But
and
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Levity.
The only thing I can think of for that is to possibly, and please, very lucky to have. Please don't say no, Mr. Levity. Okay. I appreciate you. I guess if laughter is the best medicine, maybe we can help heal your foot that way. And this is just doctor's fees.
Doctor's fees.
But just for you, we're gonna bring in some sick mouth harp.
A quick tour of different jaw harps.
So I found this guy earlier this morning on my Facebook when I was just, scrolling the Facebook as old people do.
So this is the different types of mouth harps, which is honestly the sounds that come out of these things makes me wonder why we even wasted our time with other instruments.
This one is a Dan Moy Vietnamese jaw harp. This next one is an Indian board chain made in Rajasthan, India.
I just can't. Having it between your teeth like that hurts my teeth.
Well, we'll have to double check because so Krissy was saying that it looks like it's against their teeth.
Like it looks like it's in between the teeth.
That would you think would be. I think
Maybe,
that would rattle your eyeballs.
Could we look up a video on how to play the jaw harp? Mr. Levity has a crisis. He put a bag of frozen peas on his foot and the wrapping seems to have melted into his skin and is stuck. Gross.
And the wrapping seems to have melted. What did you wrap it with?
How did it peel off some of your skin?
Mr. Levity?
No.
I choose to believe it's like a teeny scab. Not like a snake shedding its skin. I prefer the name Juice Harp. Is that the? Is that like
it feels more visceral?
Is that like a moisture thing?
I have no idea. Yeah.
Like a juice harp, like or kissing juices. I have no idea, and it hurts. Well,
yeah.
I mean, take care of it. I am somebody who worries about infection. Because someone I knew as a kid told me their dad got flesh-eating disease once.
Should have wrapped the packet of peas, probably.
So, is it like the tongue, sticking your tongue to a metal pole situation? You know what I mean? Like, where you like...
Or, I don't need to know details, I don't need to know details about how, what, why, or any of that. I just know that it happened. I don't need to know how and the particulars of it.
Yes. Well, guess what? Back to the mouth harp.
Back to the jaw harp. Like, it looks like it's between his teeth.
I've messed up that pronunciation.
Hungarian drum.
No, you can mention it. I just...
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, Mr. Levity. Krissy... She's not good with, like, neither of us are good with gore and stuff like that, but especially not description.
I'm particularly less so good with gore.
I'm gonna bandage my dumb foot.
Okay.
Well, also take care of your smart foot.
Take care of both your feet.
Both your feet.
Always have fresh socks.
What that reminds me of is my grandma actually has polio.
Yeah.
And she always calls her foot that doesn't work her little foot because, like, it works, but she has no feeling in it, and she hasn't since she was a kid.
She has a little bit of a limp in that foot.
Yeah, so she always just calls it her little foot.
Wasn't that the dinosaur from
I think
Land Before Time, Littlefoot? I'm pretty sure that was
I'm thinking of Foghorn Leghorn in my brain. I do declare, I'm
gonna look this up.
Well, I do declare, Foghorn Leghorn.
Littlefoot. Yeah, Littlefoot, The Land Before Time.
That was a classic movie.
Honestly, never needed any sequels. Could have just stopped at the first one.
Oh.
And it's sad. Like, a little... Ducky was my favorite. Ducky was the little one. And so, if anybody out there has watched All Dogs Go to Heaven, the person who voiced Ducky voiced the little girl in, like, All Dogs Go to Heaven. And very, very sad, her dad ended the life of both her and her mother. And then think he also
Really?
ended his. Yes, yeah, it was like a double murder
The
suicide.
voice actress?
Her dad, yeah. So the girl who voiced the voice of Ducky,
Which is Ducky?
Ducky is the little
This
green
one.
one, yeah.
I like this
And-
guy. He was like
the Stegosaur.
Yeah, he was like the Eeyore kind of stoner dum-dum. But orange is my favorite color, so I did like the Triceratops. But also because in this movie, I was going to type the wrong one. In this movie, the Triceratops was my favorite.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this in such a long time.
Honestly, it has a scene. So, do you guys know that thing where you like, you can barely remember your childhood properly?
Yes.
But you can remember things that matter so little in your life.
It's true.
Like, for instance, in this movie, there is a scene at the end where the bad guy, one of his eyeballs is a screw. And at the very end, all these crows that were like his minions, like swarm him. And when they leave, the only thing that's left is the screw. So I used to think that it was possible for birds to consume a person. And so, yeah, he owned the evil carnival,
okay.
if you remember.
I don't remember this movie really at all.
Oh, really?
I remember that I saw it, but I don't have very much memory of it whatsoever.
So
I remember the movie Bingo. It was a live action movie about a dog named Bingo. And at one point he gets like abducted by this guy who has a hot dog stall. And the way his hot dogs are made is he cuts off the tails of dogs.
what, the hot dog one?
Which, I mean, that would be a terrible hot dog.
Land Before Time villain? Nobody just... There's not just like the villain part? Oh, it's because I'm stupid. Land Before Time villain.
Yeah.
That's
You want We're
totally
Back.
wrong because they are the villains, aren't they? In Land Before Time, aren't they becoming...
No.
Actually, I don't remember.
No, the basically like an asteroid hit, and like I think all their parents got killed. So I think like the villain is like the forces of nature.
Yeah, this is the scene.
Want to scare? I get very frightened myself. The crows could.
But like he runs a circus. I've remembered that scene my whole life since I was a child.
I don't remember that. That's creepy. And
Yeah. So the
Mother Earth was the real
water
villain.
ship down.
Oh, that's made to like traumatize children.
Yeah. But yeah, in We're Back, basically he runs a circus, but it's more entertaining because it's like violent, vicious animals, not like, not a petting zoo, but so he takes the We're Back goofy dinosaurs
And tries to, like,
and he
hit
tries
them?
to make them evil.
Yeah. Mega babies.
Y'all remember? I think I
so.
do.
Oh yeah, that's familiar.
Mega Babies was slightly not my definitely. It wouldn't have been your era. My sister watched it.
I do remember seeing it on YTV though.
At the dawn of the new millennium, the
I
planets
think
aligned,
it would have been on
heroes were
YTV. I
born.
think, right?
They like fart and spit and stuff on everything, I think.
No, I did. I definitely did watch this because I watched cartoons.
Yeah, they fill their pants
Yeah,
full
it
of
was
crap
kind
all
of
the time.
gross. Yeah, they were kind of like gross, like Ren and Stimpy gross.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
The thing that bothers me about the generations
I liked
above
Angela
us,
Anaconda, and you fucking hated it. I thought it was like so cool.
well, it was just uncanny.
Yeah,
and
it's weird. It is
was
so
their
weird.
voices. It was the voices of the characters and the kind of like paper mache. I don't know what
It's like cut out.
It's like
of,
stop motion, not stop motion, like real stop motion.
Well, it's kind of like original South Park, how it's like cut out card, like construction or static images.
They looked like they used pictures of people though.
Yes.
Where South Park used shapes.
Like they cut out pictures of kids from yearbooks and then like put fake hair and stuff on them. I loved this show. It was so fucking weird. Nanette or Babette or whatever.
Nanette Manoir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this. I sing it sometimes out of nowhere.
Was this horror? No, this is a kid's show.
This is a Canadian kid show. Or no, not Canadian. It was on in Canada. Whenever I hear the name Angela, I sing this song.
Like dancing.
I do this. Like, I'm a 34-year-old man whose sister watched this show.
I watched this.
And I sing this song. It lives in my head.
Yeah, this is the 90s kids show. I really liked Angela Anaconda. It was weird.
They're so weird, but
it was weird shit.
They always, like, the generations above us are like, you guys are lazy and stupid and you guys don't want to work. And then it's like, well, this is what...
Sticking around.
And Philip were awesome. Especially the Uncle Fucker song.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. So this is Sticking Around. I don't know if you guys seen this or if it was Canadian.
I remember this.
Jacob 2.
Jacob Tutu.
Oh.
I've not seen this intro in such a long time.
Scradley. Now I wish I knew someone named Bradley so I can call him Scradley.
What?
Alien from Uranus.
Stick around.
Anybody sticking around?
That was great.
Was that just us? The one show I watched that you said you didn't watch was Student Bodies. And there was something about the way that the drawing was. How the drawing was that made me want. I used to try and draw like this guy.
This is Edison High.
I remember this intro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The food stinks. We got a vice principal you don't want to mess with.
Oh my god.
Papers run by a couple of real sick.
I remember this. I absolutely remember this for sure. I have not thought of this show in such a long time.
I tried to draw.
I loved this show.
Oh, really? I thought we talked about it.
No, we've never talked about
it.
Yeah, no, because it was like a live action show with like some animated sequences, right? Yeah, and it was on YTV.
Yeah.
I loved this show. I thought it was so
we
funny.
Talked about
it.
But yeah, I tried to draw cartoons like this guy for a long time.
We should do our own paper to show what Edison High is really like. So now I'm stuck sharing the newspaper office with these two idiots. My best
I
friends,
remember,
Krissy.
that guy.
Yeah.
I remember this show made me want to be in like the student newspaper so bad.
Right?
Like we didn't have one, but I wanted to be on the student newspaper like so bad because of this show.
Absolutely.
By the way, the guy drawing the picture.
And I thought he was so hot.
He kind of looks like Ben Shapiro, unfortunately. No? A little bit? No.
That's me.
You ruined that for me.
I'm sorry. You seen it though, didn't you? That's what I do. If
That guy's Ross Hall, he's been in a lot of stuff.
should we check Ross Hall's IMDb? Old Apple. What's all about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evan mentioned the devil.
I hate that guy.
Oh, speaking of the devil,
No, he doesn't actually.
We were watching the new H3 podcast the other day where they had that Pearl Davis on, and I don't know. Oh my God! When I was watching, I was like, this woman is just like oozing so much demonic energy.
This is Pearl.
Like, she's just the worst. She's the absolute fucking worst. Oh my God.
This is Pearl.
Oh my fucking God. Worst person on the face of the planet.
If you ever wanted somebody who was a 26-year-old, unwedded, unchild-rearing person to tell you how and who you should marry and if you should be able to have children.
She's the biggest pick-me girl on the face of the planet.
The only problem is she had a chance with the H3 podcast to maybe not seem as
to like walk back
ridiculous.
Some of the shit that she said, and
she was so vapid, and her
she seemed like she was high on Xanax.
I think she was, but then Ethan said he doesn't think that she was.
I don't know. She seemed high on something, and then she goes on a podcast afterwards and completely
tried to
summarizes their talk in like a completely wrong way by saying that H3 basically encourage women to go out there and like be as whorish as possible.
Yeah, like they're spreading an anti-monogamy agenda.
And I can't stand this woman. Like, she's just, like I said, I was watching her and I was like, oh my God, this like woman is just like oozing, like, but is it ardonic energy? Like, whatever that like metaphysical term is for like satanic evil energy. I was like, this woman is just like so evil.
The worst part was that
what pisses me off, she's 26 years old. And it's like, you think you've lived enough life that you can go around offering these fucking opinions for like how women should be completely disenfranchised from society when you yourself wouldn't even be able to offer your opinion if you didn't live in a society that like allows women to like the society she wants. She would never be able to express her opinion in the first place. Well, yeah. So it's so hilarious that she sits there talking about how rights should be taken away from women and how women are emotional and shouldn't be able to share their opinion.
To vote because they weren't
women shouldn't be
draft 50 years ago.
She thinks that women shouldn't be able to vote because they don't get drafted. Yeah, tell them from your tiny house. I will. I'll get up on my little soapbox and I'll fucking tell them.
You honestly, like, the worst thing is her mom was apparently the president to the company her family owned.
Yeah.
And when they brought it up, she did everything to discredit her mother, and as so far as to literally admit they may have committed fraud.
Yeah, she basically like threw her mom under the bus to like as like so far as like that their family committed fraud to get a grant to like, so she basically didn't have to acknowledge that her mom was the CEO of the family run company that they have. Like, it's just like how, like, why do you hate women this much? I don't understand. I don't get it.
It's not just women. She also said that she thinks, slavery gets a bad rap because some slave owners weren't so mean to their slaves?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? It's a master-slave relationship. Imagine if these seemingly well taken care of slaves didn't do what their master told them to do.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just the mental gymnastics they go to believe the things that they do, but then somehow selectively not believe other things is going to be studied for generations. Like,
well, the thing I don't get either is like, so with her opinion that
I've never seen anyone physically do it, but I'm sure it's happened. Oh, here's the bus. It's arrived on time. proceeds to throw someone under it for shits and giggles.
I will say also, like, the fact that she doesn't think that women should be able to have the vote because they can't get drafted. Well, here in Canada, we don't have the draft. So, like, that makes no sense here.
Well, they haven't drafted in the state. They probably, like...
Yeah, she said that the
said,
guys have to sign up for special reserves after high school, but you don't have to, and you still get the right to vote. The only thing I think that takes away your right to vote in the States is if you've been convicted and gone to prison. But, like, what about also all of the countries that have, like, mandatory military service for both men and women? Like, there's a what is it? AMPS? Whatever European country. I know Israel has it. I know
like
South
forced
Korea.
enlistment.
Yeah,
Switzerland.
Switzerland. There's lots of countries. Austria, I think. There's lots of countries that have forced enlistment for both genders.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how you can use the argument that men are forced into the draft, but women aren't. Therefore, women shouldn't get the vote.
There hasn't been a draft in 50 years.
Yeah, there hasn't been a draft in 50 years.
Well, and the other thing is, as well, is that...
but that's also, like, strictly an American thing. Like, are you going to apply that to the entire world? When, like, that's only how America is?
They tried to even give her the benefit, like, they basically were trying to give her soft landing to walk back the dumb things she was saying. And they said, well, don't you know there's other ways to support the war effort than to be the person on the beach of Normandy with the gun? What about the pilots, the nurses, the doctors, the cooks, the meal prep, the people taking care of children, the women who were forced into the industrial labor to keep the country moving because everyone else was sent overseas? Like, to say that...
I don't understand how you can have lived so little life and, like, tell people that you should believe my really hateful point of view.
And so, yeah, like Phil said, fill her up. In South Korea, you do have to do a certain amount of military service. It's non-negotiable.
I know that even females have to go into the military. My mom is friends with a couple that immigrated over here from South Korea, and they both had to serve mandatory military service.
So before I answer, or before we get into that, Phil, but
so I will also say I come from a family that, like, my family is Mennonite, so they were conscientious objectors and they didn't believe in fighting war, and that's just simply because they don't believe in taking up arms to fight in, like, human wars, and that's a religious choice. So I get it. My grandpa, I mean, was forced to go build roads in northern Saskatchewan because he didn't want to take up arms. So I don't know. I really have I have issue with the idea of forced conscription. I don't think people. It's also because I think war is absolute fucking bullshit.
The other thing being Canadians is, like, we come from a country that's known as peacekeepers, not necessarily, like, we have a military, but we don't wage war. We only help our friends. So when, like, say, someone who lives in the United States is more familiar with knowing that they have troops positioned all over the world, and in some cases interfering in local governments and preventing this and that. Canada doesn't do that as much. We do, like, you know, aid missions, like food and water and blah, blah, blah. And so my mindset of war is slightly different in a sense of, I don't think people should be policing other people.
I don't think it helps anybody.
However, I do think that in the situation where, say, Russia is invading the Ukraine, the world should step up and stop it.
But the problem is, like, Russia started that, right? And that's because of, like, Putin's greed to, like, get more land, right?
No, but what I mean is, like, say the world should step up and stop it. How do they supply the troops for that?
I guess like my view also is like, so with my grandpa being a conscientious objector and choosing not to take up arms, he still built roads, so that in his own way he was like contributing to the overall like growth of society. And then I think of too, like during World War I here in Canada, there was also the huge internment of Ukrainian peoples as well.
World War I, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was World War I, and World War II is the Japanese.
Yeah,
so
Asian people.
So in World War I, Ukrainians were viewed as enemies of the state, and so they were rounded up and essentially all sent off to Banff. And the whole reason why like Banff is as beautiful as it is, and you have that huge fucking hotel out there, is because it was built by Ukrainian workers that were like forced into work camps out there.
They were used to blow the core through the mountain for the railroad.
You're thinking of the Chinese when they were building the railroad.
Okay. One of them. Ethics aside, the draft just gets you a bunch. Shitty soldiers, undisciplined people with no training.
Look at Russia right now with all these young men that they've drafted into the army, and they don't want to be there, and they're like calling and texting their moms, crying, saying, "I don't want to be doing this." Like, I don't know.
The problem is that you can't force someone to do something as well as somebody who believes in it will do it.
Yeah.
The other thing is I don't know. I guess where I struggle is that we are defending territory that isn't like we declare it sovereign to a nation.
Nationalism is a made-up human idea, and so the fact that we have these elected leaders that we go and fight and fucking make-believe wars for people, so that way we can have more growing room. I don't know, or because like your opinions are completely opposed to my opinions, and usually that comes down to religion, or like, you know, like, I don't like how you wear your hat, I'm gonna kill all your people. Like, it's so stupid.
Well, it's also, there's things behind the scenes.
It's so tribal-minded. It's stupid.
There's always things behind the scenes in a sense of resources and stuff like that, right? Like, I'm not necessarily being conspiratorial, but the immense grip for being the capitalistic upper hand on this planet has countries doing the most fucked up forms of espionage in the most fucked up ways.
Not everyone, but there's very much this
I'd shoot myself in the foot if I was drafted.
There's very much this view nowadays of us or them. No one like seems to take the opinion of us and them. Like, I don't know, just you can unlock ability empathy, to quote iDubbbz.
iDubbbz. You too can level up that skill.
Yeah.
It's the problem is like I get really upset because I've never had the tie to history and ancestry that some people do. So when Donald Trump was being indicted and people said, "You're going to indict the first president and throw 300 years of whatever out the window?" Well, fuck yeah. He broke the law. What are you talking about? Yeah. Or like, why we've had a tradition of fucking our cousins for years down here. It's like, what are you talking about? Tradition can change. It's supposed to change. When did humans are just smart enough, our brains are just big enough to devolve ourselves, right? Like
if you really think about it, your experience here is so transitory. So to think that like, oh, I am born in this place, therefore I am this place, is just so ridiculous.
Well, yeah, we actually mentioned, I find it weird, on my birth certificate, like it says where I'm a citizen of, and it's like, I didn't ask for that. Like, because I was born in a certain location at a certain time to certain people, I am here now. This is who I must incorporate as my identity. It's not to say that you shouldn't try to make your community better, but you should try to do it because you want a common goal of everyone in that community having as good a life as they can. because not everyone is going to have the same, same life, right?
You shouldn't want a better life at the expense of somebody else's.
Which is the thing, right? And so when a big conversation that's come up because of Mr. Beast is charity, and how charity is such an interesting thing because it's good and bad. It's good because there are people who have additional means that they want to give to other people, which is great. But it illustrates that there is something potentially societal that's causing those groups of people not to have the things that other people have. So it really brings up that Mr. Beast example was he paid $1,000 for 500 people to get eye surgery so they could literally see again.
It wasn't that much for the eye surgery.
And the problem, everyone was like, this is amazing. Well, is it as altruistic as it seems if he's going to probably make more money on the video than he spent fixing these people's eyesight? The cost of something that changes these people's lives and allows them to maybe pursue something they had lost in the sense of a purpose, or maybe they were an artist or anything that they couldn't do because they didn't have $1,000 or the same ability to wiggle a price as Mr. Beast. Like, what can I get if I'm going to get you 500 patients? So it is interesting. Obviously, we all want things to change, but unfortunately, the faster things change, the more people get affected in the interim. Yeah. Right? Like if they just...
Change is scary.
Yeah, if they just immediately say cell phones as an example, when a new G comes out, 3G, 4G, 5G, they literally go 4G's out, 3G's, everyone using 3G, it's over, it's cut, your phones are useless, go get a new phone. Right? You can't just do that. You got to wait and you got to slowly limp to where everyone has means to afford the new stuff and all that jazz, right? So it's interesting. I think a lot of people, though, it sounds like they just kind of want like a North American Civil War that goes into whatever you call it, where the what do they call it? Where it's like local law. You know what I'm trying to mean? Martial law.
Yeah, that's it.
Like everyone wants martial law, but nobody is nice enough to the person that lives beside them that if it was martial law, they can guarantee if they went to ask for a cup of sugar, they wouldn't get shot. You know what I mean? It's so strange to be want something so bad, but set yourself up for almost guaranteed failure by being hateful to those around you.
We don't have access to Mr. Beast burgers where we are, so I can't. I can't
also don't like
say.
Mr. Burger. So Mr. Beast Burgers is actually kind of a ridiculous concept because it's not actually a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
He puts his name on basically items that
and then
restaurants can buy, almost like Hello Fresh for restaurants.
Like how you would license a restaurant, but you're licensing a Mr. Beast item to sell at your restaurant.
Yeah, and so his justification was, oh, well, I did that so people could use my name to make money for themselves during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure. I mean, you just bought a whole block in North Carolina. Sure. You know what I mean? Where are we here? Yeah, I hate buying new phones. Mine's 3 years old. Scrolllock just made fun of me. I don't know how he could tell from a screenshot I had an LG phone, but good job. Maybe it was just a place that delivered lots of random places served them. I love Chris style. Give me all the burgers with fries on them. I think it helps to look at someone's life too. It's not. Oh yeah, the problem is everyone shits on Mr. Beast, and I'm not. He's trying to literally do the best within the system that we're in.
Yeah.
And none of what happens, you know what I mean?
It's just like he's a good guy, but he's kind of like a dumb capitalist in that he doesn't understand capitalism is like, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. He doesn't understand that. He thinks he can make ethical capitalism and he thinks he's doing that, but that it doesn't exist. I just think of that fucking like mountain that he summited and then named it
Shopify?
Put Shopify on the top of this fucking mountain.
No, Antarctica?
Yeah.
There's a fucking Shopify in Antarctica now.
That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting.
I agree. That's okay. So that is where I draw the line. I fucking forgot about that.
Ugh, how do you forget about fucking summiting a mountain and naming it after your goddamn fucking sponsor? It's like that dude. It's like that dude that almost died while climbing the Himalayas. He was saved by a Sherpa, and then he thanked his fucking insurance company, and then the people on the internet are you fucking kidding? And so then he thanked his Sherpa for saving his life.
Yeah. I remember that. He was he's like making a big deal about it, but the Sherpa had to save his life, and then everyone tracked him down like, hey, what happened? And he's like, oh yeah, no, just that's what we were hired to do. Just helping a bro do a bro thing. Could you pass me that pop? My mouth is as dry as the Gobi Desert. Oh, yes. Much better. Much better. So I lied, Bracken, on Discord. There's no baking today. Mrs. Lovely is going to make me a cake.
Yeah.
And we'll
make him a freezer cake, but to be honest, I need to clean the kitchen area. And I didn't feel like doing that.
How would the cheese? Well, we had a frittata.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I made us a frittata last night for supper. It was so good. I used some things.
Frittata stuff.
I used some Ring of Fire peppers and some green onions from our garden.
They're really weird though because they are really hot to eat
raw.
Like here's a pepper, eat it.
I gave him the tiniest little bite,
and it wasn't like hot.
No, but it's spicy.
Yeah,
that little bite is spicy, and that had no seeds on it.
Yeah,
but then you cook it, and
gone.
Where's the spice?
I need some spice over here.
I don't know.
The cheese tax. Oh, yeah. That's fair. I need to clean up the Abbey destruction.
This stream is sponsored by Coca-Cola and applesauce.
I understand sponsorship stuff. It's tough because the world runs on advertising, and it scares me because you watch that thing about the Apple thing, and then obviously the next thing is eventually the the glasses we use on a regular basis will be smart lenses, and then I won't be able to look at a bare surface without it potentially advertising me something. You know what I mean?
You'll still be able to buy 4-person glasses that will just be regular glasses.
Yeah, what'll happen is
we will go to Walmart and buy the bottom of the barrel glasses that are just regular glasses.
Glenn is going to go scavenge at the dump to find old glass he can turn into glasses for people. Mr. Evan, how do you look at Krissy's hair and not literally pass out because of its extreme beauty? It's actually a wig. It's not. It's very well maintained, thick hair that you could make a rope out of to pull a dog sled.
It's starting to go gray though.
But kind of like Rogue from X-Men gray. So it's cute gray.
That's true.
Where it's like you were...
It's because I'm slowly sucking the life force out of you.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh shit, Evan, now you've done it. I have a couple gray mustache hairs.
As a Leo, I take a lot of pride in my hair. Excuse me?
Excuse me. You know what we didn't do? This day in history. Let's see what we got going on June 16th. Let me go to the same site that we used yesterday. So, let's see what the most interesting fact of June 16th was. I was going to say a year, but nah. So...
Valentina Tereshkova becomes the first woman in space. She is a scary-looking woman. It's only simply because she's
intense.
a stern Russian woman, and you're like, holy shit, She will beat me if I say the wrong thing.
Looking at the list of different interesting things, I mean, obviously, that's a big one. Valentina Tereshkova. Very intense. Very intense.
We can look up a picture of
Yeah, absolutely. Alfred Hitchcock's film Psycho premiered in 1960. We got there was a Monterey Pop Festival.
Today's not a great day in history.
South African police killed hundreds of protesting school children.
That's terrible. Let's look up a
However, in 2010, the world's first countrywide total tobacco ban goes into effect. Bhutan banned the cultivation, harvesting, production, and sale of tobacco and tobacco products. It is still legal in the South Asian country to smoke in a private setting, but obtaining tobacco products legally is close to impossible.
How do you maybe you buy it from out of country?
Like Cuban cigars, it was okay to smoke Cuban cigars unless you got caught. Is that the rule?
I guess so.
Let's see.
Valentina
Mr.
Tereshkova.
Levity's high school girlfriend.
You see what I mean?
She actually wasn't she?
It is just simply because she is Russian woman.
I thought they did. They had a picture of her in the past, or they made.
No, we watched a Mythical Kitchen.
Oh, and they just made her look a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was my bad. I was conflating two people together, but she's very Russian. Das Vidanya.
Das Vidanya.
Das Vidanya. You know what we didn't do? Finished listening to the harps.
True.
We only got halfway through a minute and 45-second video before we moved on to Land Before Time.
I mean, yeah.
So maybe we'll finish the mouth harps.
Okay. Bring it all back.
Yeah, that was actually all. If you remember the start of the conversation, that was all cyclical here.
Oh,
to
look,
the end.
we're Russian Vargan.
There you go. I told you.
Yeah, it was all full circle, you guys.
All full circle. You guys just don't understand
how meta we are.
The
with
Jeremy
our content.
Baramy of our minds. Condensation, maybe? A little wetness.
It's wet?
This one is a Nepalese Murchunga.
Oh, he is holding it.
Yeah, between the teeth. You see?
How?
This one is a Norwegian moonharp.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up.
Like, I feel my teeth vibrating watching it. It hurts
the vibration of that metal on his teeth, it can't be vibrating on his teeth, or else he would be toothless.
We will have to look up how it is played.
Yeah, like your eyeballs would vibrate.
This one is an Estonian Parma pill.
It's totally between his teeth.
That is so gangster, though.
This one is an American jaw harp. And last is this one, made in Slovakia.
It's just
learn how to play the jaw harp.
Hey y'all, we're gonna do a crash course on the jaw harp today. By the end of this video, you will know everything you need to get started playing the jaw harp.
Excellent. We don't need to watch all of this.
So the first thing we need to learn is
I just want to know how to
different
hold
parts
it
of
in
the
your
jaw
mouth.
harp. So this is an example of a jaw harp. This is a Grover jaw harp. I'm gonna try and zoom in here.
So
there's a million different names for the jaw harp. So, I mean, the things I'm going to be calling the different parts, you're going to hear differently from different people. So, but in this video, this outer frame where you are going to be holding it, I call it the outer frame. And this is where you put your teeth, is called the inner frame. I'll be calling it the inner frame. And this metal part in the middle is
Like
the
it gives
reed,
me a
or also
headache
called the
thinking
tongue.
about playing it. Like my brain rattles thinking about playing
I
it.
just feel my eyes.
I feel my
going,
teeth coming out of my
I have
mouth.
about 3 gray hairs on my head and lots on my chest for some reason. Pictures or it didn't happen. I'm just kidding.
And this place where you're going to be plucking the instrument is known as a striker or
Oh,
a
I guess I
trigger.
didn't notice that
And
sticks out
that
so
just helps us
forward
to
in the
have
front.
a better discussion
Yeah.
so I can describe the different parts
I think
of
the
the
ones
instrument.
he was using were somehow
So-
smaller.
The first thing we need to learn is how to hold the instrument. So this outer frame is where you are going to be holding it, and
Yeah, I get that part.
what you don't want to do is to hold it in any way that collapses that inner frame, because that inner frame, if you do that, it's going to make this kind of sound.
He does show.
Which is living inside my mouth. So I'm going to use my hand to kind of demonstrate what this looks like. So if these fingers were my bottom and top teeth, then we'll be placing.
I was literally going to go like this. I like this man. We're on the same plane.
jaw harp against the top and bottom teeth. It's not going to be like this. We're not biting the jaw harp.
Yeah, you have to keep
Not
it
only can this
loose
cause
too.
tons of rattling in your teeth. It can, it can damage your teeth. It also is not going to give you.
Sorry, I just want to hear that.
Not only can this cause tons of rattling in your teeth, it can, it can damage your teeth. It also is not going to give you the best sound. But you want your top and bottom teeth to be against the jaw harp.
What are you talking about?
So it's against your
my
teeth.
I'm going to get real close. This is going to be mighty intimate. So, I'm going to part my lips so that you can get a better idea of what this looks like.
This
And
dentist must hate his
it's gonna
guts.
be out there. And notice that, my top and bottom teeth, there's a gap in between, because that reed is going to be traveling in between the two teeth, and you don't want your teeth to be closed, because then that will strike your teeth and that won't be fun. You don't
man, I
want to
didn't
be
even
playing
think of
over
that.
here. You don't want to be playing over here because, it's tempting actually to play like this, and migrate over to the side because you can get some more volume. But Bebcorp Harpery, another channel.
I can't stop
excellent
thinking about
channel,
bacteria.
by the way, really made it clear that this can actually
instruments.
catch your lip, and that's
Not a guitar.
It's happened to me. It happens to everybody who's trying to learn the jaw harp. You get your lip.
See, now I'd be worried that at some point I clinched my teeth too close and that thing bashes into just the tip.
I mean, I guess part of the
Yeah,
reason why I'm not worried about bacteria is
pinches, it's
I
really-
played the clarinet and French horn growing up. So, like, if you played an instrument, you're going to put that instrument in your mouth.
My sister had a French horn with the spit valve.
Yeah, the
and
French.
it was
Yeah,
real
when you play.
gross.
Yeah, I played the French horn from like grades 4 through 5, and yeah, have to constantly be draining the spit valve. No, 4, like to up about grades just before grade 6.
The French horn, I would have to say though, in my opinion, you shouldn't need an instrument that you have to play like a wind and shove your hand in it. It's weird. Like,
Do you not like trumpets? You sometimes with jazz will put a little thing on the end too.
But this is
It cups
maybe it's
the
just
sound.
the way my sister did it.
No, you
it's
do
all
put your
gross.
hand in the French horn.
It just looked weird.
And like all brass instruments have a spit valve because you get condensation buildup.
Yeah, but you don't shove your arm in it like you're trying to pull a birthing horse out of an animal. In most instruments.
Okay.
I'm just saying, compared to the instruments I know, as a non-band kid, I considered this instrument weird, and it looked like someone made it by smashing a trombone, and then they're like, hey, this also, I bent this all up and it sounds good still. That was just my perspective.
Maybe
of
it's
the French
because I
horn.
played the French
I
horn.
think,
don't
yeah,
see
you're
it as
feeling,
weird.
I think you're feeling slightly like...
I'm arguing from a place of emotion because
No, I think you're feeling targeted because you played it and you're like, it's not stupid, but I'm just saying, compared to the other ones,
Well, I guess
it's a
also
little
my
weird.
perspective, like, it's like, have you ever played in band? Because all
No.
instruments are as equally weird as the French horn to one another. Like, the oboe is strange.
Yeah, but no, I mean, to me, this one just looks like somebody took a trombone and went and shoved their hand in it. And they're like, hey, this one sounds cool too, let's use it.
Okay.
That was just my perspective.
Okay.
Unpleasant. You can, so it's good to, this is probably the safest position, is right around the center with an opening to allow the resonance to escape and be able to create your sound. So that's how to hold the jaw harp. One thing to know is, kind of about after you've got it in the right position, the next thing is that you
he was about to talk about the teeth stuff.
Hold the jaw harp. I'm going to be using this because it's much easier to play and sounds a lot better. But the other one is slightly easier to demonstrate with. And so the next part is how to strike the jaw harp. So this again comes down to personal preference. But one thing that I think is super helpful for if you're a beginner is to always strike the jaw harp towards you. I'll give you an example why. So
because if it goes out and comes back,
if you pull the ruler,
that's a top quality ruler.
It is
the Westcott with the cork backing. I mean, you want some satisfactory lines, you get a Westcott. We know this.
If you can see that, if you pull the ruler away from you, I don't actually want to be here because if I let this go, it's going to whack me in the face. But if I pull the ruler towards me, when I let go, all that pressure is going to go that way, which is much better. Gives me a lot better peace of mind because
I wonder how many instruments he can play.
So if you pull the other way, I mean,
I used to like to make sounds with my ruler, flicking it against my desk. Boing. Absolutely. Rulers were like the most dangerous required school material.
That's just gonna come towards you, and it's the exact.
Well, especially so when they started coming out with clear plastic, different colored ones, we pretended they were lightsabers. Like I have a green one, you have a blue one.
Or those clear plastic ones that were bendy and you could whip each other with them.
And unfortunately, it would get little chunks taken out of it because it wasn't hard. So the line was like
a freaking jagged saw. Yes.
Exact same principle with the jaw.
Oh yeah, okay. The compass. You're right.
You're pulling that trigger
it was pokey.
away from you. That's just going to come back and whack you. And when I first started playing, I didn't know that, and so I was hitting myself in the teeth all the time. And you don't want to do that. It's much safer to actually play with you're putting the pressure back, so it is traveling in between your teeth, but it's going the release of the energy. Much better.
I can play a mean jug.
Just your finger. It seems like this is the way that
I can even imitate.
Is to just play with my finger. But some people say that main way is to shape the sound of the jaw harp. The first first method is using your tongue. So your tongue, when you put the jaw harp against your teeth,
I'm just
using your mouth and
jaw harp's cool. If you're not awesome. If you're awesome, you get a stylophone. This is a gangster instrument. And Mr. Levity's going to buy one. And play it for us on our 20th anniversary. I mean, look at this. It's an entire band in one instrument. Oh, this song? Isn't that
Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar baby.
God.
Well, Pixies, Where's My Mind? That's a good classic song, though.
Yeah, there's some real good ones in there. Mr. Levity had sent us a little earlier what his favorite show was growing up.
Oh yeah.
When I say a little earlier, I mean like a lot earlier. Like after his skin melted. After his skin melted, but before he told us about your hair.
Nightmare.
So, I mean, it's a great take on Nightmare, right? Throwing the Knight. Oh, man. Oh, man. What do we got here? Nightmare Future. Oh, Catman versus.
Oh, there's Nightmare Series 1 intro.
This just triggered me so much.
Oh, Jared Leto?
Hate that.
Yeah.
That scene specifically of Jared Leto, he should be banned from ever being an actor.
Yeah.
This is the intro to Nightmare. Mr. Levity's. I'm already into it with the colors. And that kind of Ghostbusters-y. It's a British show.
This looks so much fun. It reminds me a little bit of He-Man.
I was going to say, is this British He-Man? I think we found British He-Man. Interesting.
TV Time Machine.
Nightmare TV show. I'm kind of a little bit more interested in this character. Is he a knight? Is he a mare? He didn't look like a female horse.
British children's adventure game show.
Game show? It broadcasted over 8 series from 87 to 94.
Hello, Nick.
Hi, Nick P. Nice to meet you. If you are someone that we have met before, I apologize for not knowing specifically who Nick P is. If we haven't met you,
Yes.
It's lovely to meet you.
We used to stream on Twitch, so there's some people we know from Twitch that like to come.
Yeah.
And if we know you from Twitch, welcome on in. If you are new, welcome on in.
My wife doesn't always hold a spoon, but
I was
she
eating some applesauce.
was having some applesauce. Our friend Philip was telling us about a show that he loved growing up called Nightmare. And we just watched the trailer of it, and it looked really cool. So I just wanted to know a little bit more about it. And it indicates it was a game show,
Yeah.
which to me, I'm not 100% sure what part of that.
Maybe it was just like an intro that looked like that.
The show was most notable for its use of blue screen chroma key.
We popped up in the recommended. I do have to ask, are you Canadian?
No, I'm new. Just popped up and recommended. Yeah, so we're a
Canadian couple.
Yeah, in Saskatchewan, we live in a tiny house, and we stream on our Starlink, and we just something that we love to do to get to meet some awesome people and chill.
Yeah.
We chill.
We live in a 10-foot by 10-foot tiny house.
There were a few winners. Almost everyone
in
died.
the middle of the Saskatchewan prairies, and from Vancouver. Nice.
Well, we our buddy from Vancouver Island commented, it's gone, on our last stream saying he just missed it. He's one of our friends from. But lovely to meet you, Nick. We just love to learn other people's perspectives on life, how things are, and we pretty much screw around. But sometimes games, some Stardew.
Sometimes I make
do
food.
have a funny game I might try and bring up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we sometimes bake.
I made cheese the other day. It was pretty good cheese.
We have our cat Jinjee, but he's sleeping right now.
He's sleeping.
He's below me.
Yeah, he was kind of a douchebag earlier today, actually.
He loves to scratch things he shouldn't scratch.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, cat, do you know that it was hard?
Like, we built this entire house, and now you're destroying it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bonjour. Very interesting that it's a game show as well. Mr. Levity said there were very few winners. Almost everybody died. Crazy.
It's even better that it's like a children's game show and everybody died.
Yeah, really.
Is it kind of like Uh-Oh? Maybe it's like Uh-Oh with an animated intro.
Uh-Oh. Mr. Levity, did you ever see us talk about the show Uh-Oh that was on YTV where we grew up?
I wanted to be on Uh-Oh so bad. Like, I wanted to get slimed. It was my dream. It was my dream to get slimed.
What we were talking about when we brought this up is actually the school that I went to, the elementary school. It's not long. The elementary school that the elementary school that I went to, there actually were people that were chosen to go do this by where we grew up in Moose Jaw.
Yeah.
Moose Juice, Saskatchewan. Just, just fun facts.
Yeah,
but
fun facts.
I'm getting slimed.
Do you think we could find? I want to find some footage from the middle of the show from Nightmare, so I can just see what the gameplay is like. I'm gonna put down the spoon and applesauce container because
what gameplay, sorry?
Of Nightmare. Like if we could find an episode of Nightmare.
Oh yeah, we could.
And I just want to see like. It sums up the series very well.
I just want to see what this is quickly. So.
Oh, maybe he's talking about the Series 6 intro.
Where did he say Series 6 intro? The Series 6 intro is better. Oh, okay. I was just curious.
About
So
Reddit.
for those of you who don't know about what's happening with Reddit, they basically decided to paywall their API, which is basically getting rid of any third-party tool that apparently a lot of people used that made Reddit feel like it was usable, like moderator tools and, like your own viewing stuff that was on the App Store. But this thing they put on the top of their... So I've been checking to see because there was a big blackout protest to see, is everything coming back or whatever? So they just added this to the top of Reddit, and it says, the vast majority of our moderator bots and other tool using our data API will fall into the free API tier. So they did make a tier for free. They just didn't want to give it to that guy who made that app on Apple. They told a guy on a person on Apple made an app called Apollo, and Reddit told him for the amount of API access requests it gets from Apollo, he would have to pay $29 million a year to just access their stuff. And then
see, this is what gets me so upset about these freaking companies on the internet is they so I guess being an old person, things on the internet were free for a long period of time. You paid for your internet subscription and maybe whatever other weird shit you wanted to buy on the internet. But by and large, being able to use these websites and this kind of stuff was free. And then people like Elon Musk turn around and decide, oh, I need to cash in on the value of this website that's been essentially valued on the ethers.
Yeah,
then when you have to take blood from a stone, then you piss people off.
Yeah, when you go from making dollars to nickel and diming everybody, it's not posting my link.
Oh.
Do it in Twitch at Evan and Krissy. I just realized it's not posting my link. Oh, were you posting it in the wrong chats? Try. It should work. I think I allowed links. I don't think they're blocked or banned. But it looks like in here their free tier allows for 100 API queries. No, YouTube denied it. Really? Anyway, it's on Twitch. I'm surprised YouTube denied it.
Weird.
I thought I turned it on, but I'll have to check on links. I want to just try something here. There.
Sorry about the quality. Oh, no worries.
Oh, I just tried something, Mr. Levity. I made you a moderator. Or sorry, Philip. You are a moderator now, Philip. So I don't know what that indicates. I'm sure maybe you can click on names and time people out or whatever, but there is no, it's 5 minutes for a timeout. So
I'm actually surprised that you haven't said to him your favorite thing to say to people.
Phil Rupp?
Phil McCracken.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Phil McCracken. I did say that.
You do love to say that. To
I do.
Name Phil.
I do love to say Phil McCracken. It is. That is true. Sorry, Phil McCracken. But yeah, basically, this is how this ends. Basically, if you're looking to port over your existing bot or tool to Reddit's developer platform, we'll grant immediate access. So they're trying to do what Twitch is doing and funnel everything through Twitch by putting money on their API.
Yeah. Philip means lover of. What's in?
What was that?
Because well,
you're a horse lover.
Where in ancient Greek, where they would race the horses is the hippodrome.
Yeah, I actually used to think it was called the Hypnodrome.
Hippodrome. I've been to the Hippodrome in Caesarea. It was real pretty.
I've been to a pizzeria. Does that count?
No.
It doesn't?
It counts as a pizzeria.
You're
scared of horses? Me too, a little bit. I'll talk about my...
On cocaine.
My bad horse experience. So,
horse on cocaine.
When I was just a young child... My mom used to send me to this Bible camp called Glad Tidings Bible Camp. And you get to choose like your courses that you participate in while you're at Bible camp. And I used to always choose things like art, canoeing, archery, horseback riding. Those were the things that I thought sounded fun. The last summer that I chose horseback riding, so we were taking our horses out into a field to this small little bit of water for them to, drink some water and swim in and have a nice little horsey time in the water. So we're on our way out there and we get there and I'm still, on my horse. And my horse, he had a girlfriend, but his girlfriend was back at the stable, and he decided that when we got to our final destination, I don't want to be here. I want to be with my girlfriend. So he turned around with me still on him and proceeded to gallop top speed back to the stables. Keep in mind, I am 11 years old.
A little horse on cocaine.
It's just a little horse on cocaine.
I'm 11 years old. I have never ridden on a horse while at top speed riding or running before. I've only ever done a little bit of a gallop inside of a little ring. and so I'm freaking out a little bit, but I also know in the back of my head, if I scream, that will not be good. I should not scare the horse any more than it is currently scared. So I'm just on this horse and I'm just whoa.
Yoink, Scoob. Should have channeled your inner Gandalf.
And then once we got back to the stables and it got back to its girlfriend, it was perfectly fine.
You shall not pass.
And that was the last time I got on a horse. It has been 25 years.
I have never actually gotten on a horse, but I have helped horses survive the winter. My uncle used to have 2 horses, and then, he's just a super nice guy. He said to his neighbors, you know what? You got horses too. I'll feed them this winter. I have a nephew who loves to haul bales. They're 40 pounds a piece, and what? We need about 1,500? Oh, fuck yeah. I'll just ask my nephew, give him $100. So yeah, I used to help my uncle haul square bales. Square bales, when they're dry, are significantly lighter when they're wet. And what we would do is obviously we'd fill up a whole tractor trailer with
let me grind while I build this rope.
Fuck yeah, get that rope in there. We would take them from the farmer's field we picked them up in, and then we would bring them back to his barn, and we would unload them into the barn, stack them so he could use it to feed the horses in winter. However, we had to walk by the horses, and the horses are like, "Hey, is that a snack for me?" And they would eat it all out of your arms while you're holding it. And they just scared me so much.
They are scary.
Mainly because when you're standing beside it, first of all, I never stood behind it, ever. I would always...
Bad idea.
I know you're not supposed to, but I was like overly cautious of it. And because I thought like, I'll get behind it and then I'll sneeze and it'll boot me. But I would stand beside it and its eyeball was like that big, and I was like staring at it like it was like that shit, or the ship from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Hal is like this big. It's like, hi. It's like, hello.
Well, it's like chewing.
Hello.
Like, what are you thinking? They are like, they're majestic, but they are absolutely
The other
terrifying.
thing that's super strange is how they can flex like any part of their skin to get flies off of it.
Yeah.
They like sit there and it goes like they're being electrical shocked everywhere.
Like you have a Thames machine.
I went through a local field years ago with horses. I was carrying a carrier bag. The horses all noticed, and about 6 of the bastards came over to me. They were pushing me, trying to get the bag, but it only had a can of Pepsi in it, but they wouldn't leave me alone. You're like, you horses don't even like Pepsi.
I don't know why that reminds me, but it reminds me of like all those videos we watched of people in ostrich pens.
I was literally just about to look that up.
Yeah. Similar mind length.
Yeah.
Mind
we have brain chemistry.
Our brains have melded. I ran, they galloped. Yeah, no shit. Like I said, horses,
I ran,
beautiful, majestic creatures, absolutely fucking scary.
I got chased by a moose. It was it this one?
Alvin Hall gets pecked by... No, but...
I mean, it looks pretty much... It's good enough example.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget the nightmare clip.
Oh, yes. Try and post it again now that you have a wrench. So, like, look at these. They're like birds and snakes. From, like, above the torso, it's like a snake head. It's like the neck and the head. Like, watch these evil little bastards.
Hello. Many investment schemes sprang up to take advantage of this investment opportunity. One scheme promised investors a 50% return on their investment within 1 year. I think. Oh well. One scheme offered
I want to try
It was on
ostrich best ever food, wasn't it?
Best ever food review show.
Apparently ostrich has an E in it. Oh god. It was
when he was in Mexico. I do know that he went to an ostrich farm. And
here it is.
Yeah.
Look at this.
How they just all move in unison with each other.
Because when we started the farm 5 years ago, we only have 40 ostriches.
And so is there a demand for ostrich meat in Mexico?
We didn't know this, that we had unlocked a new fear in life, which is apparently being surrounded by ostrich.
Right now, not so big. Okay. It's bigger the demand in the United States.
How long have you been in the market?
Actually, we're just starting in the market.
Just look at how their heads move.
We only have 40
look at that is a horror movie waiting to be made. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
and so it's just all been through breeding.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, hey, bros.
80,000.
I know here in the Yucatan, they also eat turkey. It's one of the only places.
They're literal dinosaurs, just running around.
I know of in Mexico where people eat a lot of turkey. Why should people be eating ostrich?
It's healthier. It's very lean. Doesn't have fat. It's a very much ecological
solution. They're scary.
They're so dumb.
Isn't it if someone makes a loud noise, they put their head on the ground and close their eyes because they think if something can't see them, or if they can't see it, it can't see them.
Yeah, so like there's that misconception that they like dig their head in the sand. They just lay it on the ground, but they do think that if you can't see them, they, like when they've gone invisible.
thank you so much. This is probably the weirdest interview you've ever done.
Not quite yet.
All right, well, we can get weirder. Let's go eat.
I'm surprised he actually has long hair. You think that would be easy for them to grab onto? Look at all those
But we need to
chickens.
watch the clip.
Yes. So this is
I like the gameplay of Nightmare.
Nightmare. The corridor. Oh wait.
So are they playing video games?
The corridor of Blade's death.
Okay, Daniel, stop. Hey, what's
The nice thing about actually watching this is because it's so less quality than even our stream, we look better in comparison.
It's
like
true.
when you go to the bar with an ugly friend.
thing at top of door, huh?
Oh no. This can only be the entrance to the
It
dreaded
did say
corridor
something
of
about
Blade.
VR.
What Daniel needs is a sight potion or a seeing eye spell, but you've got neither.
Is this what our stream usually looks like?
If I watch it without glasses, it's higher quality.
Oh wow, it is actually.
Hey, Daniel. Yes, we're going to go to
It's
the
actually
corridor of
easier to
Blade.
distinguish without my glasses.
Yeah, I can see more.
Okay?
It makes more visual sense without glasses.
The blocking bleeds together to be skin colors.
Yeah.
I wish they had like the shining blood spewing out or something.
Right! Right! Get over, quick! Right!
Charlie bit me finger.
Yes! Right!
Oh.
Ooh, nasty.
What year was
I
this?
can't believe they got Daniel. And when they come all the way through level 3 like this.
Love it. So it did say something in the wiki about it being virtual reality somehow.
Virtual reality. How's that one song by Jamiroquai go?
Jamiroquai? I don't
Yeah.
even know how to say it.
Jamiroquai.
So this says the show is most notable for its blue screen chroma key, which is nowadays when you hear about people behind a green screen,
Yeah.
they used to use
Blue screen, I know.
I'm sorry if I mansplained that. I didn't mean to. An idea child utilized upon seeing it being put to use in weather forecasts, and at the time of the program began its use of virtual reality. So it was, I don't know if the kids could see this. I assume they couldn't.
Yeah, my thoughts are is the game is they're just standing in a green screen and the other kids are telling them which direction to move into to avoid the blades.
Yeah, like this child right here, in this
It's
picture.
just standing in like a blue frame.
Yeah, just standing there looking at a blue wall while his friends are like,
Move left.
Go jump left.
Dodge.
Oh, Charlie, bite me finger. Go up, down, left, right.
Dodge.
Honestly, that is being for the when that came out.
87
We don't
to
have
94.
anything comparable that would have used VR. You know what I mean? Like we had child game shows like Yahoo or sorry, but they would.
It was all just slime based.
Yeah, like it was like physical, everything with like any games or whatever, like bop this with a hammer or whatever.
We did have laser tag as a kid though. But
That's
it was-
true.
it was
Laser
good.
tag, bomb.com.
Yeah.
The
laser
trick
tag
is
sweet.
to cover the sensor with your hand and take other people's guns and you can double gun. I was a bastard. I'm sorry. I was just not. I just wanted to win so bad. I didn't think about other people also having fun.
Oh.
And it's led me down this path. I'm just kidding. But what I think I'll do, just for Mr. Levity, or sorry, for Phil McCracken, I'm gonna try and bring up that game, The Professional.
Okay.
Just to see if it loads with the new way that things are set up here.
It is pretty good.
It's halar. It's truly halar.
And I know Bracken is probably bathing her child and putting her to bed. But I will take pictures and write down the instructions and ingredients for the freezer cake that I make Evan for his birthday.
Freezer cake. Camera's still moving. That's a good sign.
I did buy milk specifically to make your freezer cake.
Oh, that's not. I want this. And then I want... you to show the desktop. I want you to find this game. Oh.
Some classic robber music.
Boom, boom, boom.
We're just setting, the scene for you guys.
Boom, boom, boom.
Getting that classic robber music going.
Classic robber music. Boom, boom, classic robber music going.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
The Professional. Oh yeah. Gotta hurl your limp stick body all over. Oh,
yeah, it's
like you're quite literally like it's your limp stick body.
Be able to see. So, The Professional.
Professional. Like literally one of the weirdest games I've ever seen played.
So we are gonna absolutely bank heist this.
You are limp stick man.
Hopefully it's not too much for the game or for the computer. How do I move the camera? Thought I just dragged.
Question, I don't know.
I could have sworn I just dragged the... Yeah. Oh. There we go. There we go. So, this is me. Apparently I am Scorpion from... what'd you call it? I'm just bringing up chat here so we'll be able to see it. Hey, there we go. Doesn't he look like a Mortal Kombat character? So I have to get to that diamond.
In his eyes, he looks like Buckaroo Banzai.
Buckaroo Banzai, great movie.
Also, if you haven't seen Buckaroo Banzai, you should go watch that movie. Mr. Levity, if you're still here, I hope you are. I think you are. You know how you watched a really shitty movie the other day based on our recommendation?
Oh, we watched his recommendation.
Oh, we did watch your recommendation last night, City of Ember. Great movie. I'm going to recommend to you a great movie right now. It is old, from the 80s. Stars the man who was in RoboCop. It does have Jeff Goldblum in it. And also, who played the doctor from Back to the Future? He plays a character called
Big Booty.
Big Booty, yeah. So it's worth your time.
Oh, what? You can
the big bad villain is played by John Lithgow. Overall, just a great movie. Absolutely phenomenal movie. Okay. Makes absolutely zero sense.
What is the full title?
Buckaroo Banzai in something dimension. I don't know. Just look up Buckaroo Banzai. You'll find it. And
come on,
he's a white man who was apparently half Japanese.
That was my strap.
And ninja cowboy who's in a band. He's also a high-level scientist. And
come on.
While he's studying, breaking like the sound space barrier and traveling into multiple dimensions, as a musician scientist does.
Come on.
He's one of those Renaissance men. He meets some aliens, that's where you meet.
Let's go.
John Big Booty, that's his name.
Big Booty.
Yeah, Big Booty. John Big Booty is one alien. And then there's John Lithgow's character. It's just...
You can do it!
There's so much going on in it. We should really rewatch it.
Rewatch it? Even... We don't generally rewatch things. So,
it's worth a rewatch, though.
Okay, I'm going to try and do a barrel roll over this box. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Almost. Honestly, that's better than I thought. Come on! Let's go! Let's freaking go! No! Wait, I'm still good. I'm still good. No.
You have to do your other arm. Do your other arm.
Oh my god! You definitely aren't supposed to be able to move like that.
Push that arm down.
Did I straighten this leg?
No, put your other arm down. Push that arm down.
Which direction? Left?
Down to the ground. Down.
This
yeah,
way?
Yeah. There. And now you can straighten out that other leg.
Smart. Oh, leg.
Yeah. No. Can you lift it up?
No, it's because it's touching the box. Here.
There you go. And now straight.
You have to go. Maybe I can make him do like a... Oh, I was hoping I'd be able to make him do like a... like a... like cartwheel type thing.
There you go.
Come on.
Yes. And now drop that other leg down so he's kind of like got his legs over top of the box. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And now use his other arm to prop, like go around and start propping yourself up. Oh, can I do it?
It's hard to control. You want to?
I want to try so bad.
Okay, so this is you have to hold the right clicker is to select a limb, and the left click is the limb, right click is to move the camera. So yeah, you can either grab at like the forearm or the shoulder, and yeah. Oh, look at this.
How do I?
The camera?
Yeah.
Hold the right. There you go. Oh, you can't show that. I'm just kidding. I love this music. The slowest bank heist in history. I didn't know you could move the head. Like it doesn't do anything unless you're, I guess, trying to make them roll. Good. Oh, I think you got it.
Leave that there like that. And then we'll switch sides.
This is actually quite surgical. Boom, 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 boom.
But therapy is good.
But therapy is good. I mean, maybe straighten his legs.
Yeah.
This is like honestly more of a feat of human ability to plank like that. But therapy is good. Oh, I'm so sorry. People were chatting and I didn't see it. This is hilarious. This reminds me of arthritic mom trying to get up the stairs. So the screen is currently covered right now with the game, so I had to bring chat up on this phone. I'm sorry I missed that. Scroll Lock, it's good to see ya. This is the professional. You have to type it in the Twitch chat for it to work. Yeah. To trigger the commands. Or there is that Stream Elements site. Sorry that I wasn't ignoring you, Mr. Levity or Squirrel Lock. I just, I don't know why this phone didn't bring up the chat. It's, again, this game is, actually, I think I could probably type it in here. Here, I'll find the link and I'll post it in chat. The Professional on it.
No.
Oh, maybe you could try to curl his feet. No. I can't remember. Boom, boom, boom. You're so close. You got it. You got her, Pontiac. So this game is free. There's a link to it if you want. You can choose to donate to the developer. It is hilarious and highly recommended. Worst burglar ever? What do you mean, Mr. Levity? This is just cautious. You wouldn't be able to find a single trace of evidence at this scene.
Like somebody was in my house.
How are you feeling, Mr. Levity? What are you gonna watch? What are you gonna watch when you are sitting there with your foot elevated? You've almost got it. No.
No.
What is that other arm even doing? What? See, I told you it's.
I tried.
Honestly, some of the things you can only get past. I have a question. Why isn't Mr. Levity Mr. Levity? Well, because other people were more like, who the hell is Mr. Levity? Yeah. Let's see if I can turn this around here. Sometimes you just have to literally, like slap meat. Like, look.
Oh, fuck.
No, wrong direction. Meat slapper.
I need something to eat.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to feel the hunger in me. Okay, let's do this. Whip that leg up. Whip it up. Is this like fake Octodad? So it's called The Professional. It's come on. There's a trick to it. We seen Cody Co do it.
Yeah.
The trick is to turn yourself into a plank and then to use your arm like a seal.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. There is a way to speed run it.
Yeah,
basically doing that.
Or no.
But I think you need to be feet first, don't you?
Yeah, feet first is the. Well. Come on! Come on!
Maybe use your other arm.
Come on! No! Oh, you just changed your email. Are there two settings for your name? I do believe that there is two places. There is like a. You can make a YouTube like what you call it, like what you want to be known as. I can't remember where it is though. Okay. Now we're gonna do both arms are gonna go around. No. I've heard this is also easier with a mouse.
Yeah.
Mr. Levity, assume the position. I just actually love the meat slap sounds, if I'm being honest with you. Like my favorite part. Okay, so now we're just gonna grab this derriere and you go forward. God damn. Slow. Yeah, boy. Hey, over the box. Now
now you have to make it through the lasers.
Yeah, and every time you touch the laser, it'll zap.
Yeah, it zaps you, and like then you ended up in a more different contorted position.
Okay. There we go. Come on. Yeah. Bring that slappy ham. Slap it. Slap it. Oh, okay, now we did want to be this way though. Oh. Come on. Nope. This guy is pro burglar.
I'm not gonna lie, the room that this game is set in reminds me of one of the conference rooms at the Heritage Inn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is we're gonna try and execute a crab walk. Ah! No, wrong crab walk.
I could make us some grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah? Okay. Okay. Too much work. I guess my break is over. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, Scrolllock. Thank you so much for popping in, man. It's always lovely to see ya.
We love ya.
We love ya. Love ya. Okay, so this needs to go... What? Oh, me arse.
But eventually, if you do script enough, it'll just...
That's basically how I got through it every time, is I just like seal slap my way. Seal slap your way to victory! Mr. Levity, can I get an exclamation mark seal? Come on. No, that's not the right way. Like, god damn it, bro. This... Okay, bring the noise. Nope. Don't want to bring the noise? You don't want to go down?
No, you're already doing his elbow. That's...
Oh. Hi, I'm just actually waving at chat. Hey, chat! You'll get electrocuted and you'll like it. Just, it's not that bad.
It's like, oh, no good.
No bueno. Come on. Come on. Come on. Power. Bring the noise. Bring the noise. Just keep, just like the economy. Don't do anything different. Just keep trying the same thing and hope it gets better. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, we're on to something here, though.
Oh, no, instead of... We can have frittata sandwiches.
Is that a thing that you can sandwich?
Yeah, because we have the leftover frittata from yesterday. I'll just put it between 2 pieces of toast.
Come on, bro.
Or do you want that for supper?
I mean, I'm fine for lunch with it. Sounds good.
I
found actually a new...
to the camper.
Come on. I just want to get past the lasers. The box was hard enough.
I'm really disappointed that none of the birds have eaten strawberries.
That none of the birds have eaten their strawberries?
Yeah.
Yeah, Krissy put out some strawberries for the birds. Come on. Come on. You got this. You've done this at least twice in the past. Come on. Set that there for a sec. Okay. Come on. You got it. Let's go. You found what you're looking for?
I did.
Well, you know, I don't think there's a chance I'm going to finish this before I get too hungry.
Probably not.
So I think this is probably, we can try this again. Try it again at well, probably not tomorrow. Tomorrow's me birthday.
Birthday boy.
That was just a little bit of the professional, as you can tell. So it's
Oh, look who's emerged.
Oh, a little kitty cat doth emerged. He must have assumed that talkie time is coming to an end, and that he gets to not listen to his dada. Not listen to his dada. Handsome boy. Look at that level of handsome on that face. You just can't beat it. Thank you guys so much for coming in, whoever's still hanging out. Mr. Levity, Scroll Lock, Phil, the mod, Phil McCracken, the mod in charge. Oh, sorry, here, let me grab the mic. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for the birthday gift over on Ko-fi. You're a wonderful human, and we appreciate you very much, and hopefully you start to feel better. Everybody else, I hope you have a good weekend and stuff. I'll probably, turn a couple pieces of this into a video of sorts, or
make some of it. Who knows?
Yeah, shorts or whatever. But otherwise, we'll if we do anything interesting, we'll take some pictures or whatever.
Thank you, everyone who joined us today. We really appreciate.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Much love to you all. Thanks so much for streaming. It was absolutely our pleasure. If you play the professional, let me know how you do.
Yeah. You should also watch Buckaroo Banzai.
Buckaroo Banzai. You know what? Say good night, or say how diddly do to Mrs. Torkington and Ollie for us. They must be wonderful people to be hanging out with you all the time. Peace out. Much love to you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.